Hello again. I am here in my sitting room. I'm hoping that the volume will be enough. Also, if you're a visual learner, you can just follow along because there's just a few things we're going to do. Hey, Rebecca. So today what I wanted to offer you this afternoon for about 25-30 minutes. You don't need a ton of time, and you may not have a ton of time. And so know that when you're pausing and when you're taking time for yourself to move and to breathe, it doesn't have to be elaborate, right? It just needs to be intentional. And that's a message I tell myself quite often. So what we're going to do this afternoon for the next 25-30 minutes is take some movement to release tension and stress from the neck, from the shoulders. I don't know about you, but things are just a little tight. And then we're going to bring some balanced energy back into the body by moving the spine in the 6 directions that it moves in. Okay. So what I invite you to do, and if you're at work, you can do all of this in a chair, or forgive me, if you're telecommuting, probably you can do all of this from in a chair. If you would like to sit on the floor, you're welcome to do so. I have a little cushion under my bum because that just makes it more comfortable for myself to sit. If you want to layer in a little ambiance, you could turn some music on for yourself, but we'll keep it silent here so that hopefully everybody, and if someone can give me a thumbs up if the volume for you is okay, hopefully folks are able to hear. And I'll just hopefully see someone saying, yes, I can hear you, Gretchen. Or you might be all settled in, ready to go. But either way. So if you find your seat, hey, Maria, whether it's sitting in a chair, all right, thanks, y'all. I appreciate it. I just want to make sure that you have the full experience. And so here in our seat, whether you're in a chair or on the floor, we're going to start just by allowing ourselves to arrive. And since the princess is here, we can get started. All right. So from the chair or the cushion, wherever you might be, and take some time just to feel where your legs and your hips and your bum meet the support beneath you. And from that support beneath you, from the base of your spine, sitting nice and tall, lengthening through the crown of the head. Here from the base of the spine, maybe even visualize, feel an inhale running up the length of the spine. Let the exhale be whatever it is. And sit tall with every breath in. Thank you so much for joining me here today. As you find the top of your next inhale, sitting nice and tall. And the exhale, softening. Softening the jaw, softening the shoulders. Sit bones heavy. Base of the spine roots down. The air flows in. Your exhale, softening the jaw and the shoulders. Invite length on the inhale. Grounding on the exhale. The eyes can be soft or closed as you take a few more rounds here with your breath. Using your breath as the tether. And continuing to invite yourself back. Breathing here and now. Allowing this breath to be the foundation of all the other things we do, the movement, a bit of stillness, and maybe even consider the breath the foundation of what you take with you when we eventually move in back into the afternoon. But for now, let's begin with some shoulder rolls. At the inhale, to roll the shoulders up around the ears. Oh, and the exhale to bring them back and down. Inhaling, shoulders up around the ears. And exhaling them back and down. Just taking this movement for yourself. Noticing if anything's a bit tight, not judging it, just letting it be what it is. I was telling a friend earlier that the entire weekend felt like I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. And that sensation of being in a hiatus, being in the unknown, right? One, it's not being present. And two, it can create a halt of the energy, it can create a stuck energy in the body. It just doesn't feel good. However, when we move the body, we'll take one more round of shoulder rolls. That can begin to help the energy move once more, bring balance back to the body. Here, the shoulders nice and heavy. We'll try to keep them soft. What's nice is I can actually watch myself, which is a little weird, but I can then notice what happens like when I try to do this. So we're going to keep the shoulders heavy, arms heavy, love for the neck. The 6 movements that the neck can take. All right, so let's begin with the inhale. Just lift your gaze towards the ceiling, only as far as it feels good for the back of your neck and the front of your neck. And then with your exhale, begin to drop the chin down towards the chest. And stretch out the back of your neck. Notice what that feels like. Mine feels really interesting. We'll inhale, lift the chin back up towards the ceiling. And exhale, drift the chin down towards the chest. Here, another big slow motion yes. Saying yes to yourself. Yes to carving out this time. Once you found the chin down towards the chest, take a breath here. Let that breath go. And then drift the chin back up level. Here, level, shoulders are still heavy. Take a breath in. Drift the chin towards one shoulder. Just take it a direction. Conveniently, there are 2. Again, whatever depth feels good, feel the tension, the stretch on one side of the neck, the compression on the other. We'll inhale back to center. And drift the chin, the gaze the other way. Maybe notice how it's a slightly different or dramatically different depth that's available to you. Just let it be what it is. And then with an inhale, come back to center. The exhale, drift the chin over to one side. Inhale, chin drifts to center. And exhale, take the side. We'll inhale to meet back in center. Fantastic. Here, shoulders still nice and heavy, spine nice and long. We're going to tip the right ear over to the right shoulder. Woo, and breathe into the left side of the neck. And be okay with whatever depth is there for you. It doesn't have to be pushed too far. Your neck actually won't let that happen, right? It's just going to be whatever it needs to be. And we're going to inhale, drift the chin back, level. And then we're going to drift the chin the other way. And maybe notice how, even just for myself, it's a little different on one side versus the other. It might feel different for you as well. It's all good. Just breathe into the sensation. And then with your next inhale, we'll come back up to center. From here, drift your chin down towards the chest. As you breathe into the back of the neck. Here, we're going to roll the right ear over to listen to the right shoulder. And again, we have two sides. Breathe into that side of the neck. That's lengthening from earlobe to shoulder. Take one more breath there. Drift the chin down through center. Nice and easy. No need to rush as you find the opposite side. Woo, man. And breathe into that side of the neck. Shoulders heavy. Take a breath there. And follow your breath as we drift the chin down through center. Nice and easy. So you pass through center. We'll take one ear over, finding the other side. And drift through center. Just mindfully, intentionally, just notice the sensation that pops up for you. I begin to notice things down into my shoulder blades. That's your rhomboid muscles, in case you're curious. We'll take this one more round. So we'll come back to what I think is the origin. And drift through center. And find the other side. Awesome. And once we found that second side, we'll come back to meet in center. Here, notice where the shoulders may have gone, might have dipped in a little, so I'm just going to bring the shoulders back and down, create some space across the front of the body while I breathe into the back of the neck. And here, with your next inhale, lift the gaze up, roll the shoulders up, and back and down. From here, we're going to take that movement and invite it down the spine, right? Well, no matter where you might be sitting, just give yourself some space, whether it's arms of the chair, whatever that might be. Again, it's about the spine. So whatever comes away from the spine is the expression or like an addition to the movement. But you can very easily just do this with less movement of the limbs, okay? So if you have the room to do so, we're gonna inhale, sweep the arms up. And then with your exhale, take your twist over to your right-hand side, bringing one hand towards me or the front of your mat. And then with your inhale, come back up to the top. Maybe look up as well, a little open front body. And with your exhale, take your twist to the other side. And here we'll follow the breath in and up as you lengthen through the fingertips. And as you move into your twist, just let it be, again, as deep as it makes sense. We're not pushing or rushing, attempting not to grasp, just guiding, breathing. And here as we come back up through center, we'll bring one hand down to your knee or your hip or your side of the chair. The other hand can come behind you and sit tall as you lengthen through the crown of the head. Begin to take your gaze, your chin towards your shoulder, right? Turning into the twist. Notice if you've gone maybe a hair too far. If you want to back off a little, kind of find your depth. And breathe, length up the spine. And soften the jaw. Releasing the fingertips as we'll inhale, come all the way back up and find the opposite side. So along the way, if you have to step away from this, I totally get that. Just do both sides and then come back to it later, right? We'll sit tall and just explore the depth of the twist. Releasing fingertips with your inhale coming all the way back up, lengthening through, maybe lift the gaze once more. And then here we'll exhale, bring the hands down to the knees or the lap, round the spine, chin to chest, stretch out your back body. And then from there, then inhale to lift the gaze up towards the ceiling, peel the shoulders back, tune into the low back and the mid back. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, stretch out the back body. We'll take 2 more of these, seated cows and cats, as you inhale and exhale. Moving the spine to your depth, your degree, and exhale. And the inhale will come back to neutral. A shoulder roll's never a bad idea. Up, back, and down. Here we'll sweep the arms up towards the ceiling, finding this final pair of the movements of the spine. Taking one hand down by your side, lengthen through the side body. Keep the hips level. You don't want to lean up through the hip, like lifting your butt cheek up, but keep the hips grounded. Lengthen through the side body and take the lean from the waistband over and see how that feels. Here you can look forward. You can look up if that feels okay for the neck, or you could look down towards the floor. Take a lengthening breath in through the side body. Let that go. Then with the inhale, we'll drift all the way back up to the top. Take the opposite side. Here we go. From the waistband, we'll sit tall. Take some length and lean. Lateral stretch. For me, it's like, I love all the movement, but the lateral stretch, there's something wonderful about it. I think because we don't do this very often. So it's a spot to my body that really just needs it. It does feel good, I promise. It's the cat, perhaps, in my lap with her little claws that don't feel as good. All right, and here we're going to inhale, sweep the arms back up, nice and easy. We'll bring palms together, interlace fingers, and it feels good to you, press the arms away. Keep a little softness in the elbows. You can lift the gaze up as well. Maybe bring the arms back a bit, creating space across the front body. Tune into the low back. Know what is enough and what might be too much. And then begin to bring the arms down in front of you, round the spine, press the palms away, stretch out the shoulders and the back body. Nice. Then we're going to keep the fingers interlaced. We're going to come back, our arms to neutral, shoulders heavy. This is for any of us using novel things like, I don't know, maybe you're coloring today with your family, where you're using a pen and pencil, as well as typing, right? So we're just going to create this shape with our hands. We start level, and then press one heel of the hand in. Just give ourselves a nice stretch. We'll do that one more time each side. Again, it does not have to be elaborate. I'd like to think that you're all feeling something right now, whatever that might be. It just needs to be intentional. Releasing the fingers, giving them some movement. I'm listening to the movement as well as feeling it. Some wrist rotations. Nice. Maybe the other way, which I have to think about. Awesome. And then here, again, something for the fingers. Bring your pinky and thumb together. And then the thumb and ring in the middle, and the index. And then maybe close your eyes and see what that feels like to begin back with the pinky. Just moving the fingers, giving yourself one thing to do. Some gentle movement of the fingers. We'll bring those hands down. Inhale the shoulders up, back, and down. And here, take the left arm towards the ceiling, or arm. We'll bend at the elbow, bring the hand behind the head. If this doesn't work for you, so option A is to stay here with the elbow pointed towards the screen and gently guide this arm up, stretch in the back of the arm. Another option is to bring the hand behind your shoulder, over here somewhere, and then take your palm to the top of the elbow and draw this in for a tricep stretch. If this starts to happen, the rounding of the spine, we'll come back to a tall spine and just don't take it as far. Right? So we'll breathe into this side, whether it's that first option or the second option. Awesome. And then we'll extend, release, and then take the opposite arm. Again, we can take a stretch with the tricep in this fashion, right, the underside of your arm, or bringing the hand behind your head and drawing the elbow in. All is good. Take another breath there. And then releasing the arms. Take some big shoulder rolls, big arm circles. One last thing for our shoulders before we take just a little time to sit quietly and clear the mind. We're going to take one arm across the body and just guide that arm over. If this starts, shoulders heavy. It doesn't have to be super deep. Just notice the sensation in the shoulder that you are stretching. If you want to add a little neck love, take your gaze away from the fingertips. Oh, and notice maybe that's as far as it goes. Or whatever it is that works for you. And if taking the gaze over is not a good idea, don't worry about it. You don't have to do it. One more breath for this side. Drifting the chin back to center. Releasing. Shaking that a little bit. Okay, so I was this way. Take your other side. It was just a moment ago, but nonetheless, heavy shoulders. And finding that. So this is a seated thread the needle, right? If you practice yoga on the regular, thread the needle can be done from child's pose. That's hands and knees, sort of, or from table, thread the needle. But that's not always available to us, right? If you're traveling in the future, you don't want to get on the floor at the airport. That's gross. So you can do this in a seat, similar sensation. Take the gaze away from the hands if you'd like, to layer on sensation. If you're taking the gaze away from the hands, we'll bring that back to center. Releasing, again, shaking it out. And here, finding the hands to land somewhere upon your legs. Taking this last bit of time to find a comfortable seat. Rearrange my legs the other way. And I have my legs crossed because it's just a comfortable thing it's a comfortable thing for me, right? It's not comfortable for everybody. So again, you could always do this in a chair. You could do it sitting in some other fashion with any other kind of leg arrangement that suits you. Just whatever suits you best. And so as we settle into this last seat, chair, cushion, or otherwise, take a moment here with the gaze soft or the eyes closed. Just notice here what there is to notice. And tune into the space between your earlobes and your shoulder heads. Notice how your spine and your low back feels. Notice how your breath feels. Notice how your mind feels. And perhaps the volume has been turned down just a bit. I invite you to take some time here with me for a seated Savasana. If you would like to take any other shape to rest, please feel free. And seated or supine, allow the gaze to be soft. Maybe the eyes close. Any little gentle shift to invite just a little bit of softness around the edges. And here in this last shape, Take the next 3 breaths to watch and follow your breath. Allow your awareness to ride the ebb and flow of your breath. Invite every exhale to be a wave of relaxation washing over you and softening the edges as you sink back into your Savasana. Invite a breath in and allow that breath to flow out. Wherever you might be, take a moment just in your mind's eye to picture yourself here in this shape. See yourself here in the present moment and know that this is now. Notice how you feel here and now. And know that it's the power of your practice that has guided you to this place. Your breath, your mindfulness, your intention. All of those things are deep within you, always there, patiently waiting to guide you to this place. Lingering wherever you are for as long as you'd like, or beginning to make your way back. Gently finding movement and or shifting. If you'd like, we can meet in a seat. Totally your call. If it feels good to you, bringing a hand to your heart. Feel the movement of your breath. And thank yourself for carving out this time, for making room to breathe. I thank you for sharing your time, your energy, and your practice with me. Until our paths cross again, my friends, be well and namaste. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in to the comments. I'm never going to get that right, the comments. And then I'll be online tomorrow morning at 8 for a morning meditation. No worries, they're also recorded, so you can always watch it later. Have a beautiful afternoon, and I will see you soon.